Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something maybe a bit unexpected. It's from a recent Notes on Gardening post, actually, by someone named Ang, published just August 6th.
Gardening, huh? Sounds specific.
It does, right. But honestly, stick with us here.
Yeah.
Because what Ang figured out is, well, it's pretty brilliant. It's an example of ingenuity that I think applies way beyond just, gardening. So our mission today, we want to unpack this really resourceful gardening hack.
Okay.
Understand the problem it solves, which is surprisingly common, it turns out, and then see if we can pull out some useful insights about creativity, about problem solving.
Makes sense. So what did AIM actually do?
Well, the post describes how Ang managed to get 300 seedling holes into a sturdier setup, one that's good for bottom watering.
300. That's quite a lot.
It is. And it was all through this, really simple adjustment, not some fancy new tech. Okay, let's unpack this. So if you've ever done any gardening or even just helped someone out, you might know this feeling, this, constant search for decent seedling trays. They need to be affordable, but also sturdy, right? Especially for bottom watering.
Right. They can't be too flimsy or they just buckle when wet or full.
Exactly. And Ang's post mentioned this common thing. The flimsy trays, they often cost way too much for what they are. You feel a bit ripped off.
Yeah, I know the ones.
But then, okay, you find some more durable trays. Maybe they're even cheaper sometimes. But they're often these weird non-standard sizes.
So they don't fit the racks or the shelves you already have.
Precisely. They just don't fit into your normal setup. It's a real pain. I've definitely been there trying to sort of shoehorn something into a space it just wasn't built for.
You know, what's fascinating there is how that little problem, that practical constraint, it actually mirrors a much bigger challenge we all kind of run into, right? Adapting to, product limitations versus what we actually need.
That's true.
You buy the durable thing, but it doesn't quite fit your system. Or you buy the thing that fits, but it's flimsy or it costs a fortune.
Right.
It's not just gardening, is it? It feels like a universal thing where the ideal solution clashes with, what's easily out there, what's affordable or standard.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the perfect setup for what Ang did next, this really creative, really resourceful approach.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Instead of hunting for that perfect tray, the one that probably doesn't exist or costs way too much, Ang just decided to, modify what was already available.
Okay. Like a DIY fix.
Sort of. Ang's method involved actually trimming existing standard 1020 seedling trays.
The standard black plastic one.
Those are the ones, the rectangular ones you see everywhere. Think about that, just taking something standard and making a simple cut, a modification.
Okay. So trim them how?
Well, by trimming them just right, Ang managed to fit 2 of these modified 1720 trays perfectly into one single durable bottom tray. The kind that didn't fit the standard trays originally.
Oh, I see. So cutting down the standard ones allowed 2 to slot into the non-standard sturdy one.
Exactly. And the result? This clever customization yielded a total of 300 holes for seedlings in that one sturdy tray.
Wow, 300 holes in one go. That's incredibly efficient use of space.
Right. All from just a pair of scissors or a utility knife and a bit of clever thinking.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the cleverness here is really in the resourcefulness, isn't it?
How so?
Well, this solution, it isn't about rushing out to buy some new, specialized, probably expensive piece of kit.
No, definitely not.
It's all about adapting, optimizing materials you probably already have or can get easily. It really showcases this valuable mindset for problem solving, that practicality and ingenuity.
Yeah.
They often lie in tweaking what you possess, not necessarily in buying something totally new.
That's a great point. It's maybe the software team adapting an open source library instead of building one from scratch.
Precisely. Or think about a chef, right? Creatively using leftovers to whip up something completely new and delicious. Same principle. Using what's on hand.
But, okay, this isn't just about seedlings and trays, is it? The real takeaway here feels much bigger.
Absolutely.
So what does this actually mean for you listening right now?
Well, I think this raises a really important question. How can we all apply this kind of, let's call it creative seedling solution thinking, to other parts of our lives? Areas where we run into limits or rigid standards or just things costing too much.
Right. Like where the off-the-shelf solution isn't quite right.
Exactly. So I encourage you to think about situations where maybe a standard approach isn't working for you or it's just prohibitively expensive.
Okay.
And ask yourself, Could a simple modification, like a little trimming of resources you already have or methods you already use, could that unlock a whole lot more value or efficiency?
It's such a simple idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it can really lead to a breakthrough, that the answer isn't always buy new or start over.
Right.
Often, the most effective solution is hiding in plain sight. Just, modifying what you've already got to make it fit your specific need, even if it means, like, breaking the standard way of doing things.
Ang literally trimmed the problem down to size.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to sum up our deep dive into Ang's seedling tray solution, I think the core lesson here is really about the power of creative adaptation.
Immense power.
Yeah, a small, clever adjustment, a little trim, can lead to a perfectly tailored solution. It addresses a common problem with some, well, inspiring ingenuity.
And maybe this leaves you with a challenge to think about.
Cool.
Think about a problem you're wrestling with right now, maybe at work, maybe something at home, where the standard fix feels off or just too costly.
Okay.
Before you jump to a brand new solution, just ask, what small, ingenious trimming could you make? What adjustment to what you already have could get you a much better result?
It's a great final thought. The real joy of discovery isn't always finding something totally new.
Often not.
Yeah, often is in cleverly reinventing or optimizing what's already right there.
Yeah.
So what seemingly small problem in your world is just waiting for your creative seedling solution.